a special edition of Bluesy where we'll be previewing tonight's crunch top of the table championship fixture at St Andrews. This will be the 124th time that Wolves and Blues have locked horns and the third time this season alone. But this is a fixture that will ultimately decide where the championship title ends up this season. Both managers have been talking down the importance of this fixture, and Alex McLeish was doing just that at the end of last week during his pre-match presser. Here are the views of the Blues boss.
Play for after that. There's no doubt that if we win, then it's a significant step. But equally, if we don't, then of course we'll be, liking our winnings. But certainly the intention and the vision is on the former. I really can't second guess what Mick's going to do. He's got a 5-point lead over us. I'd rather have Mick's lead in our position, but the target is there for us, and we have to quite simply go and put Wolves under as much pressure as possible and defend well, because we know that they've got quality people up front that can and have made a difference for them this season.
Mick McCarthy's Wolves side have been in the box seat for the majority of the season, but their cause wouldn't have been helped by an injury to star man Michael Kiteley. Here, our woman at Wolves, Lisa Smith, gives her views on tonight's fixture.
Obviously Wolves are keying up for the big game, and I think their strengths will be they've got plenty of goals in them. Up front they've got Sylvain Banks-Blake, who's scored 24 goals already in the championship this season. His colleague Chris Iwelumo has scored 16, and they've now taken on Marlon Harewood on loan from Villa, who you wouldn't put past him trying to score against Villa's old rivals Birmingham. So I think when it comes to goals, there should be a real goal fest that evening. Wolves' recent weaknesses have been defensively. They were letting too many goals in, conceding goals when it was down to sloppy errors. But in recent weeks, Jody Craddock and new signing Christophe Berra, who came in January in a £2.3 million move, have shored things up. So I think the defensive frailties of a few weeks ago have now been bridged. And if anything, it may be in midfield that Wolves need to just be on the ball and be aware of the players like Carsley. Lee Carsley's got a lot of experience, and it's perhaps him that could be a danger. Key man for me would be Sylvain Banks-Blake. He's on an absolute roll. Won the Championship's Golden Boot last season. He's on par to do it again this year. He was awarded this week the Football of the Year award at the Football League presentation. He also got Goal of the Year for last season's strike against Charlton. Everything he touches turns to gold at the moment, so they need to be on the mettle for him. I was edging towards a Wolves win because of the goals they've got, but I think Wolves will be more than happy with the draw, because this is a 6-pointer, and as much as they'd like to get points in the bag, anything they can stop Birmingham getting will be a massive advantage.
Reading's goalless draw at Coventry City on Saturday means that Blues will really be able to build up some breathing space in the automatic promotion spots should they see off Wolves tonight. Our man at Blues, Colin Tatham, gives his verdict on tonight's fixture.
I think Birmingham, one of their great strengths is their doggedness and resilience. They are like the proverbial dog with a bone when they've got something to hold on to. And in that respect, I mean, this game is so big, so massive that they can see the finishing line in sight, and I just detect there's a sense of real determination about them. And that doggedness, that resilience, that is a real big strength of Birmingham's. Also, at St Andrews, they're no mugs. They're unbeaten there for 8 league games. Maybe all the performances haven't been great week in, week out, but They know how to get results, and that's important at this stage of the season. That's one thing that Birmingham tend to do, that they know how to grind those results out and get the results. I think the glaring weakness that Birmingham have had this season is their lack of goal scoring punch. The firepower hasn't always been there, and I think they'll be looking for the return of Kevin Phillips to address that fact. They don't carve teams open and they don't create a lot of opportunities, whereas Wolves, they've been renowned for that this season. I think in terms of this game itself, I think it's Birmingham, it's all there for them. They have to make the running, they have to win, whereas Wolves can maybe sit tight and pick them off on their counter-attack, which they're very good at. I think there's a couple of key men for me. Kevin Phillips, if selected, he could make all the difference. He knows where the goal is, he gets into the right positions that other players don't seem to be able to get into, and he can finish. And the other person, the key person for Birmingham, is Lee Bowyer for me. When he's fit and he hasn't got any niggles, he drives the team on and he makes such a massive difference. He takes them up the pitch, he's a threat in the box, and I really do think that he's been vastly underrated since his arrival. I think it's going to be very tense, very tight, and the very fact that Wolves don't have to go for this one and don't have to really have a bash at Birmingham, I think it could mean there could just be a solitary goal in it, even a no-scoring draw. But I just take Birmingham just to edge it, maybe with a set piece, 1-0 or 2-1.
Of course, we'd love to hear your views on the outcome of tonight's fixture, or indeed the match at the Valley Stadium when Blues head down south to take on Charlton on Saturday. Send your views to the email below, and we'll see you next Monday.